Shalom, shalom, y'all surrounded. Hebrew Israelites from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And let's get out here to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. First things first, text to the east. Give all praise and glory to Yahawah, Hashem, Rawchaa, Qadash, which is the Pele Hebrew tongue, created the Father, the Son, and the Spirit. Double honors to the apostles, elders, the great millstone. And shalom to the sisters and brothers that is true. And shalom to brothers and sisters that's listening and studying so themselves approved. Hey, come to you, hey, right now, you know, hey, it's going down, y'all. It's going down. It's a whole lot, you know, that's in the mix. You can see Esau's running his distraction. You know, like we talked earlier when we opened up camp, football season about to get going. And right now you got plagues coming upon Babylon the Great America in a major way right now. You got wildfires burning up, West Coast, East Coast, Canada. You got Hurricane Lee, which is about to be multiple hurricanes about to come together. You know, them mugs right now, last time I checked, was a Category 5. And they saying it's like 2 other hurricanes gonna meet up with that. And we're gonna see if that happens, if it hit, because that's gonna be catastrophic if it does. Like, it wild, man. They said Hurricane Lee done went out, stalled, and it's like it's waiting on the other hurricanes to catch up to it. They're gonna all come together and then come hit the East Coast. And that's gonna be crazy if it does. You know, we already, they already got hit, where Florida got hit with that 1 hurricane already. So, hey, stuff looking bad. Then they say got another hurricane coming on the Atlantic, on the West Coast, coming that way. So this mother about to get hit bad, man. Then you got the government talking about we're gonna do a shutdown. You know, you got the political Edomites. They all trying to figure out what's the best way to jump on, you know, the people in the public, specifically the children of Israel. You know, they all desperate. You got the migrant crisis coming in. Jake, Esau getting mad about that. Chicago, New York, because they're bringing them in by the hundreds of thousands, and they're now about to get them licenses and hotels. And then Eve was like in Chicago, like, hold up, we got a whole bunch of homeless people here. You gonna bring them here and then give them benefits over us? And they was all in there rallying behind her. So you might that might be a battle right there, you know. And then what you think the migrants gonna do if they rug for their benefits? You know, I done came overseas. You know, I'm over here. They feed me, then they say no more, you know, resources. What they gotta do? They gonna have to rob the people that's, you know, in the city. You know, migrants gonna run up people's crib. You know, give up them oodles and noodles. You know, Jake gonna get the blam blam, and then they gonna say, oh, see, Jake is violent. They'll pursue the migrants. They don't know how to act, and then they might come with new legislation to hem Jake up, because we up here, you know, beating up on the migrants. And then you got migrants too. You gotta think about that. It's a sleeper cell program. You got Moabites, the Chinese, sneaking in with the migrants. What you think that's about? They coming in to wreck up shop. You know, probably got a little Russian troops that like got a little tent to their skin, sneaking in through like a what you call it, a Trojan horse.
Think about some of those people that's a part of the BRIC nation, like Brazil. Some of them might be sneaking in.
Oh
as
yeah,
well,
yeah, right, yeah. Guatemalans, yeah. They got some, they sneak on in, you know, and they might go somewhere underground, get the little AKs and. They pop up like, what's that movie I like, Mount Olympus is falling? You know, they did that, the White House on that. They sneak in just like that. You know, then, like, when we talk about camp, they coming over here, they got underground labs. They cooking up all kind of pestilences, diseases. You know, go to the local Walmart, just throw it on the doorknob, or, you know, on some on food, and there it go. You know, easily. So pestilence getting spreaded, because they're trying to make the WHO take over. World Health Organization, they gonna take over. Like all they need is a pestilence, which goes to disease, get big enough, and then the WHO gonna take over, suspend the whole Constitution. It's gonna be whatever the WHO say do. It's got to do. That's why I said they're talking about lockdowns coming back, and the people like we not doing no lockdowns. We're not doing that. You got Trump. You know he's a big time distraction. You know his cases, everything. He over here rallying up his base like, don't lock down nothing. Like he over there. You know Trump can talk. We will not lock down. We will not take it. Right. The people do not want it. No. You know how he talk and they all, hey man, Trump said lock and load. So you got, hey, sedition among men. Hey, boiling up. Boiling up. Because I'm looking at Trump. If he get any type of jail time, his base is going to rally up, put their little mask on, and they're going to get out there and get the yapping people up. You know, you got the migrants. You got so much division right now. This place is like a powder keg. It's about to just blow up. So that's why we tell you getting this truth, man, while you can, because, hey, all hell about to break loose. And if you got any eyes, you can see it. Clear as day. So, I'm going to start us off with this right here.
I got a point. I didn't want to interrupt you. But on the hurricane that's hitting the West Coast, you know it's gonna be bad because all of the insurance companies is moving up out of California. You can't even get insurance on your house because they expecting something major to hit out there.
That's bad. So that means everybody's gonna lose their stuff.
Yeah.
So that's everybody gonna be in sorrows, and like Esau not gonna care. Like, hey man, they probably gonna get them like what, $200 worth of food stamps. Good luck, if that, you know, because they talking about pulling food stamps back. Yep. They getting ready for that Harak.
They giving that $200. Even if they did give them that food stamp, the food is gonna be so high that they can't be able to afford to feed their family.
Pack of chicken.
8 items, something. Some bread, chicken, and a can full of beans. That's messed up, man. That's what Esau about to do.
Yeah, man. He eating on 2 Skittles a day just to hold their hunger.
He said 2 Skittles a day. Hey, so this right here is Mark chapter 13 and 8. And it reads, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. For there should be earthquakes in diverse places, and there should be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows." So the Lord said nation versus nation, man. You're going to have Jake versus Esau. Esau versus Ishmael. Ishmael versus Moab. You know, they're going to nationalities, you know. Chinese, white, so-called black. You know, everybody can be banging against everybody. You know, because why? Resources going to be, you know, real low. You know, migrants got a northern tribe. Gonna be up here banging for a little scraps they can get. And it said kingdom versus kingdom. That goes into World War III. You got the BRICS nations, you know, that are bubbling up against, you know, Babylon the Great and the EU, which is the beast. You know, that's kingdom versus kingdom. Right now, we're seeing that with Russia and Ukraine. You know, Russia like, hey man, fall back in line. You my hoe. Ukraine like, hey, they talk to their pimp, which is America. Hey man, I've been hoeing for you. I don't want to go hoeing for Russia no more. What you gonna do for me? And you know, Babylon the Great, America is scared. So they're like, here goes some little trinkets, little weapons, bang on them. Hey, Russia eating that up. Ukraine like, hey man, I need more. Babylon like, I can't give you no more. You know, I'm over here suffering my dang self. You know, plus I ain't trying to go against that bear. That bear is strong. You know, you on your own. Ukraine look like, hold up. I gave up my the nuclear weaponry. I gave that up, and you say you're gonna protect me. Now you're reneging on that treaty, which I'm looking at Ukrainians like, America always reneged on their treaties. Look at the Native Americans. They broke all them treaties. So Babylon the Great, America's word ain't worth shit. You know, it's like my French, but it ain't. They always break their treaties whenever it's convenient for them. So for you to, you know, get rid of your military power and then, you know, rely on them to protect you, that was your fault. You know, that's why all this stuff is happening now. You know, and then like, you think about time, Babylon the Great is breaking themselves, giving Ukraine money they don't have. That's what's making American people mad too. Like, hold up, you sent 40 billion to Ukraine, but I can't get $1,000. Really? You know, the people in Maui, all they got was $700. That had you sent that 40 billion to Maui and Hawaii or set it back for your country, wouldn't nobody be suffering. There should be no suffering here in Babylon the Great, which lets you know that Esau don't give a damn about his country or his people. It's all about his pockets, you know? And plus, they're doing this thing called cashing out. You know, you did casino, when your machine ain't hitting no more, you press the button, you cash out and go somewhere else. Yeah. That's what Esau doing right now. He cashing out, they going to their bunkers. They like, man, hey, experiment over. Babylon Great is over with. I done pissed everybody off. Everybody mad at me. We're gonna run to our bunkers, man. Forget it, man. They gotta fend on their own. So they make sure they got their resources and the people gonna be on their own. And all these dummies, they think the government is for them. They still wanna go out and vote. We gotta vote. We gotta vote. That's how I heard an old person say we gotta vote. I just look like, God damn, you stupid as hell. You done went all these years of your life, you ain't figured out nothing. And that's why the 2/3 is the way it is now, because there's been no wisdom, knowledge, and understanding being passed down to the younger generation. It's been a bunch of deceit, a whole bunch of delusion, and instead of them considering and waking up like, hold up, I've been doing this for the past 50 years and it ain't working. Let me, like, you really think about it, a lot of our elders are insane. Because what's the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. That's why every time my grandma tell me to vote, I just look at her just cringy like, oh man, bless my grandma's heart. God damn, it just make me mad too, like, man, look what you done did, Esau. You done made my parents and my family, they just a bunch of Sodom's children, man.
I got one to back you up real quick. This is Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou have hated, and for thou hast rejected knowledge, I will reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the laws of my power, I have also forgotten thy children.
Ooh, you hear that? Hey, our people perish for a lack of knowledge. You can see that clear as day right now. You like, oh my Lord. Y'all still going with the same old, same old. You ain't even considered where you come from, who you are, your purpose in life. That's why we gotta call how long Yahawashi we got there right now. Majority of our people don't. They still call themselves black. They still don't know why they here. They still don't know what to do. They giving you Babylonian programming. They still telling you to be in the rat race. Get a good job, go to college. I'm like, you still saying that? They telling you right now the college degrees ain't no good.
Build a business.
Gone. Stuff like that. But they ain't build no business. But telling you to go build a business. You know, you got a lot of them doing that. Like, they ain't did nothing in life, but want you to go do something in life. But don't know how to tell you. They got no instructions. Blood pressure through the roof, diabetes, health no good. They taking like 8 different medications. Nobody figuring out, like, why all the elders got high blood pressure, diabetes? Maybe it's because y'all eating abominable food. Have you ever thought about that? Can we stop eating the pork and the catfish? Can we stop doing that?
The shellfishes, all the shells.
Yeah, I mean, goddamn, if any of y'all, you've been going to church for 30 years. You've never cracked the book open and read for yourself to see your pastor speaking yin yang. Never. Because like stuff is so bad right now. If I was them, I've been there like, let me open up this book, man. Let me ask some questions. Because what you saying don't work. You've been saying the same thing 30 years and everything getting worse.
And that's why it's
all right, you don't know what's going on. Go ahead.
That's why it's important to apply certain scriptures. It was in 1 John 4:1 when it said, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit. That's what the Ox was talking about, going into asking questions. Now, to back up what the Qadash just said, and what he said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, Jeremiah was talking about what lack of knowledge actually does. So this is Jeremiah chapter 4, and I'm going to start at verse 20. Destruction upon destruction is quiet. See, that comes from a lack of knowledge. Destruction upon destruction. Destruction. See, that's going to argue back you going into why people have high blood pressure and so on and so forth. Why our people are into gang banging, why they're robbing, stealing, and so on and so forth. So Jeremiah said, destruction upon destruction is quiet, for the whole land is spoiled. Suddenly my tent is spoiled, and my curtains in a moment. How long shall I see the standard, hear the sound of the trumpet? And this is Jeremiah crying out to Yahawashi. He says, how long shall I see the standard? How long shall I see my people in a degenerate mind state? In verse 22, and he said, for my people is foolish. He said, they have not known me. They are started children. They have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. And that's basically what the Ox broke down right there. They have no knowledge. They're wise to do evil. Hey, man, I've been scoping out this nigga right here, man. Hey, this nigga's on clockwork. He got the money. Hey, wise to do evil. Hey, Mr. Wobble down the street, he got at least 1,500 every time at the end of the day. We're going to rob him before he closed out. Wise to do evil, right? But to do good, which basically having wisdom, knowledge, understanding, they have no knowledge, man. You got it,
Yeah, let's get this bag, D, right? Let's hit this block real quick, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing, they so ignorant, they think they selling drugs out here, you selling fentanyl. Straight death to your people. Man. Like, Esau done switched the game up. They ain't even kept up with that. Because, like, when you look at the rap music, because that's nothing but sorcery. That Jake, like you said, you got little Jakes, little 3-year-olds, you know, up there taking a little Nerf bullet, talking about that's the blunt.
Yeah.
Got the little guns, like, yeah, little Ray, they make a little music video, so they wise to do wickedness, to do evil, but to do righteousness, they ain't got it. Why? Because your leaders ain't got no light in them. You know, they're going back to what Ox said right there. He said, because you forgot the law, I was supposed to forget thy children. So the children ain't getting no wisdom, not to understand it, because the parents don't know nothing. They're in the darkness, you know? They in that delusion that Esau done put them in. And enough of them ain't woke up to consider, like, hold up, something ain't right. Something ain't going on right. And then, like, what'll wake you up is when you get to the word, man. When you read this for yourself, open the book up, you like, hold up, especially you get to Deuteronomy, like, hold up. The book talk about me. So it's a way we supposed to be living, man, which is laws and commandments. You know, that's our culture. We have a culture as a people. It's not to be a nigga on the block either, what Esau don't prescribe to us. No, man, we are holy, righteous people. We supposed to keep the laws in this book. And when you do that, it's gonna make Esau's whole kingdom fall flat. Because he banks off of Jake being in wickedness. You know, he banks off of Jake eating the pork, catfish, smoking cigarettes, being a degenerate nigga, selling my drugs. You know, I need Jake to be a degenerate for me to have a system. They showed that in the I Clone Tyrone movie. Yeah, they showed that, like, hey, he said it.
And that was the scene, right? If you actually pay attention to that movie, the dude was running through that strip club. He had all those people chasing him, and the white dude came and met up with him. He was like, the reason why I have you in this mind state is because I benefit from you. He literally said that in the movie. And they don't tell, and this is why Esau, even so-called white man, he controls everything, but he's telling you how he's controlling you through his movies and his TV shows.
Alright. And see, now it's gonna go, we're at the point now to where it's going, the whole top about to blow off. If you don't know who you are, got your idea, know what's going on, you're gonna be in a very bad way. Because now Esau, which, forget Esau, Yahawashi is about to let all hell break loose. But letting the devil come down with great wrath. Because he done lost. Esau know what's going on. He see his L on the board. He angry about that. Okay, I see the children of Israel, they still, you know, twerking, being fools, still gang banging. So shit, we about to ride down on them, man. He getting everything in strategic points. The military coming in, they got military gear coming in by trains. Like we said, the migrants got soldiers moving in. Like, Esau's about to initiate Rex 84 King Alpha, which are military drills to destroy the children of Israel. This devil, like they tell you in the scripture, the devil over here sharpening up that sword. Right. He sharpening up that knife. Like, I'm about to ride down on these niggas. And niggas all like, hey man, football about to start off, man. Hey, you think Mahomes gonna make the MVP?
Who your team?
Yeah. Jake worried about the stuff that don't even matter, man. But yet, if you read articles and stuff, he telling you the housing market about to crumble, the economy is about to crumble, everything about to go digital. He's giving all power over to AI, artificial intelligence. Like the devil tell you, like, earlier today when I woke up this morning, I read an article with Nancy Pelosi. She talking about she gonna run for president to raise money. Raise money. Jake over here barely making it, rent high, groceries high, gas done went up. You know, this help talking about I'm about to steal more money from the people. Basically what she said, how I interpret it. You know, I'm like, dang, helper, you already worth over $100 million. What more money you want to get out the people? And so the people so dumb, calling that political game. Oh, I don't want Trump to get it. I'm about to donate $200. Yeah. You know, either that or in their church.
And they barely got enough money to provide for their own family.
Exactly. Here $100 for pastor. He ain't giving them no type of wisdom, not understanding. Telling them what's coming. No warning. Not telling the devil about to ride down on you with this military.
Not even mentioning about World War III about to pop off.
Exactly. He ain't saying none of that. He ain't telling them to get ready, prepared for that. Stay prayed up. None of that. He ain't there preaching prosperity. You put 100 in my offering plate, you gonna get $100. You gonna become rich, Sister Ola. Just go ahead and put your money in my plate. You know? And then like she ain't, and like I said, she been going to church 50 years, don't even know she Hebrew Israelite. Don't even know she's supposed to keep laws and commandments. He told her they done away with. So she done heard lies her whole life. Wonder why her grandson out there gang banging. Wonder why her granddaughter out there being ratchet is all outdoors. And she like, I've been prayed and came to church and everything falling apart. It's because helping you done got lives, man. Yep. And the Lord didn't put on your spirit to read your book yourself. Because if you did, you call your pastor out like, hey man, there's real things going on out here. And all of it's in our Bible. The Bible is a book of prophecies. Everything that's going on right now is in the book. If he was really inspired by the Lord, he'd be bringing it out right now. But see, ain't no money in that though. So he ain't gonna bring that out.
I got a question right here since you said that. This is Isaiah 33 and verse 5. And it said, the Lord, Yahawah, is exalted, for he dwelleth on high. He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. In verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength and salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And so when all these things get ready to pop off, because we understand the prophecy, because we pick up the book and read, then those are going to be the stability of our time. But we know we're getting ready to happen. And so because we know we're getting ready to happen, we are prepared for when it does happen. And that's the important thing of basically having that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Basically pick up the book and read. And Isaiah also said, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Was that Isaiah 34 chapter, I think? He said, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. And this is why when I mentioned earlier, before we started this camp, he said, you know, this is why you need to get back into the Lord, get back and read in the book for yourself. That way, when you have that understanding of the prophecy that is written in this book, all right? Clearly, we're telling you that World War III is getting ready to happen. We're telling you that the pestilence, they're about to be more pestilent. They're about to be more lockdown, right? There's going to be seditions among men. Basically, when Esau, Edom, so-called white man change up the dollar, that's going to make people fight among each other. All right, all of these things are getting ready to happen, right? And so, you're not going to understand that unless you pick up your book and read, man. And in fact, you're looking to the prophets, specifically Great Millstone. You got it up. Matter of fact, since I said, I'm going to go ahead and read that Isaiah 34. I think it's 34 and 6. What it says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. Real quick. Yeah, so Isaiah 34 and 16. Fine. So it's Isaiah 34 and 16, and it says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord, Yahawashi, and read. No one of these things shall fail. None shall want her mate, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered them. All right? And see, that's the important part right there. Is pick up this book and read it. Okay? Don't listen to your pastor when the pastor's sitting here telling you, oh, go to this chapter right here, and then he's gonna do a whole sermon in the church, and he didn't even break down the scripture that he just told you to read. So that's the important of how you determine a false prophet. If you don't pick up the book yourself, then you're not gonna know if that pastor is telling you the truth about the word. That's why Isaiah told you, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, man.
Yeah,
Facebook page?
yeah, we got a YouTube. YouTube.
What's hot?
I'll show
You
it
can
to
look
him.
up.
I'll show it to you.
Okay. So I'm gonna bring up this right here. This is second address, 15, and I'm gonna start at 4. And it reads, a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Verse 5, plagues are sent unto you, and what? Yeah, and what is it that may drive them away? So right there, the Lord telling you a fire is sent among you, man. That's why this place is on fire right now. Greece, basically like the European Union, Babylon the Great is on fire right now, man. They got direct energy weapons where they can start wildfires. They're clearing out land to get ready for war is what they're doing, you know? And the Lord said that a fire is sent among you, who may send it away. That's part of the plagues right there. Then you got pestilences. You know, this devil, what do you think the CDC stand for? You know, they make diseases. They're going to spread them out like rapid fire right now because they need to do a medical lockdown.
Yeah, with that CDC Center for Disease Control. Right?
Exactly. So, key word in there, control. So if you're really about eradicating something and doing something about benefit, getting rid of diseases, why are you controlling it? They're controlling it because I can send it out there at a perfect time to, you know, further insinuate my agenda. You know, I want to do a medical lockdown. I want to, you know, make people sick. I want to spread mass death. So all I got to do is like make a phone call and tell them to spread it just like that.
And matter of fact, the military have a term where they call it bio-warfare.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it's called right there.
And that's what Esau doing right now. Really the Lord doing it. You know, he just using Esau to do it. That's why Esau got the tools. Because Esau is known as death. Esau spreads death. You know, you look at the Georgia Guidestones. What's their first commandment? Bring mankind down to 500 million. Why? So they control everybody. So for me to get that number, I got to do mass death. How can I accomplish mass death? Bio-warfare, man. Pestilence has been spread out. And that's been predicting in our word that would happen, man. That's the Lord doing that. Fires is burning everything up. You got, what is the other type of, like, oh, famine about to hit. You got like 100 food distributions that got destroyed, what, 5 years ago, 2-3 years ago? So all this food we getting now, that's about to run out in a minute. That's why our food is going up. Because it's coming out of circulation. When something becomes rare, the price goes up. So the price going up, let you know, like, this the last little bit of food that they gonna circulate through the system.
And he ain't lying about it either, because I went grocery shopping, and the stuff that I normally buy doubled in price. Just getting regular sandwich meat costs $10 now. It used to cost, what, $3 to $5. You know, all of this stuff is really rising up, man.
That's a big price hike.
Man, it really is.
They say you go shop and spend $100, you got about 10 items. Back then, you used to have like a cart full of stuff. So, reason why that's called inflation, reason why the price is going up, because they not telling the people that we done destroyed all the food processing plants, chicken plants, egg plants, milk, crops. They done burnt up crops like nobody business. What do you think these wildfires been doing? Burning up the crops.
And that's why we're telling you years ago, during that C-19 situation, that was a big ass distraction. Just like what I just mentioned earlier, like football season, that's a big ass distraction. But that C-19, that's a big distraction, because when they had this C-19 lockdown, they was attacking all the farmers during that time. The government, Esau Edom, so-called white man, was attacking all the farmers. They telling the farmers, if you don't burn this certain crop, then we gonna put sanctions on your business. They were doing all of this stuff. And the farmers were trying to speak out at that time, but nobody wasn't paying attention. Nobody wasn't listening.
Had them euthanizing their cows, chickens, pigs, and all that.
And their excuse was they mutinize because their cows and their crops basically contracted that C-19 disease. That's exactly what they did. But we all know that was a bald-faced lie, man.
I'll tell you the one that cracked me up, man. Qadash say it all the time. Crack me up. They say climate crisis. Too many cows is pooping too much. And that's the reason why I've got euthanized cows. I'm like, man, that make you want to slap a devil for saying something like, who you think I am to believe that?
Right.
Motherfucker, cows are supposed to poop. That's a natural. We had more cows on Earth back in the ancient days we do now. So what the hell you talking about? They say stuff doesn't make sense. But it's because they got that platform, the status, and they got the degrees. You know, a simple Jake like, well, Tay, the cows are pooping too much, Tay. That's why the cows got to die, Tay. He an expert. Who are you?
And that's another thing, because my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because you got a lot of people that born and raised in the city, they don't realize that cow poop, that what the farmers call a cow manure, that actually helps bring forth more crops, because they mix it up and put it in the soil.
Now, natural fertilizer.
Natural fertilizer, kind. So when Esau Edom was talking about cow poop and all of this bullshit, like, man, if you don't know that that's natural fertilizer, then you gonna believe that shit.
I'm talking about cow poop, cows farting.
Oh, yeah.
They say the cows fart, it makes methane gas, and that's what's making the climate is making it hot.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're trying to say. That's why I said cow poops. A cow farting is now destroying the climate, is what this devil trying to put out there. And I'm like, who you think you talking to, man? That's an assault on my intelligence, man, about to believe some dumb stuff like that.
I'm gonna tell you who's destroying everything and putting hell on you. This is Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and those who dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil come down unto you having great wrath. For the devil is coming down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. So that's Esau Edom over there causing all this hell, putting everything up, making all these dumbass decisions, putting all these dumbass laws, creating all these crazy diseases and putting them out there. That's who's coming down unto you having great wrath, because he knows his time is almost up. If he can get Jake to follow after him, he's getting Jake to kill himself, or he's getting Jake to put a device in his body to say that he's there properly. So that's who's coming down on you. That's who's creating all this chaos, creating all this wickedness.
I got to preach out that back you up right here. This is Ecclesiastica, aka Sirach, chapter 12. And I'm gonna start at verse 16. And it says, "An enemy speaks sweetly with his lips."
And who's your enemy? You can go to Psalm 83. The first person on the list, Esau Edom, the so-called white man.
And it says, "But in his heart, he imagined how to throw thee into a pit."
Hey, ain't that his MO? Hey, come take this juice. Come take this juice. The next thing you know, 3 months later, hey, you over here decrepit. And now you in the grave somewhere a month later after that.
And he said, "He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood."
He will not be satisfied with blood. He want to get everything. That's his whole thing. He got a bloodlust. Why you think he's killing these animals and grabbing all these animals out of the sea? Hey, he's doing things for sport. Whenever you're supposed to kill an animal, you're supposed to kill that to eat it. It's supposed to be a kill it, eat it, and then you be cool with that. Now they want to kill everything just and then sell it to people and make a profit off of it, man. Esau Edom is the damn devil. That's why the Lord says he's going to destroy those who destroy the earth, and that goes with the animals and everything.
Verse 17, and it says, "If adversity come upon them, thou shalt find him there first."
Now I love that one. Hey, cause Esau everywhere. Hey man, they can make up a disease and something. The next thing you know, they over there in Africa. Messing people up. You see him there first. And it also says he covered the fields and taken by violence. Man, that goes into the hand in hand. He over there first because he wants your land. He wants to steal everything you got. He's a coveted devil, man. He likes to want. He wants everything that someone else has. And he knows the children of Yasharallah is the Lord's. So he wants that. That's the whole point of the MOTV.
You got it out. And reading on, he said, and though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee.
Come take this juice. It's gonna save your life. It's gonna save your life. If you don't take it, you're gonna harm your children. You're gonna harm everybody around you. Hey, that sounds familiar, don't it? Yeah, that's Esau Edom's whole MO.
Verse 18. He shall shake his head and clap his hand and whisper much and change his countenance.
Damn snake and devil, man.
You gonna switch it up on you. I like how Ox said that, man. Like the devil tells you to go get something to benefit you and your family. You take it, and all of a sudden your heart is beating irregular. You know? Also now you got heart palpitations and your heart messed up, your health messed up, and then like, say if you're an ignorant person, and not only you do it, you gave it to your children as well. That's gonna put great sorrow on your mind. You're like, hold up, it's messing me up. What is it doing to my children? And you trusted this devil. That's why I love the scriptures to tell you not to trust your enemy. And so you gotta identify who your enemy is. It's Esau Edom, aka the white man. Don't trust him, man. You trust him, it's gonna do bad for you and your whole household. You know? And that last thing, like Akim just said right there, that was diabolical, man. The devil come to you talking about, you need this to live, take this to live, and not only you get it, give it to your children. And then you do it, you know, trusting your government and trusting this devil, and now all of a sudden your children all messed up, got help. And you got high school students passing out. They call it died suddenly, and all of that. We know why.
They acronym of SAD, it basically sudden adult death syndrome. That's what they call it.
You got a whole new, this devil done made a whole new acronym for it. You know, he gonna profit off of that too. Funeral services making money. He gonna come out with a new drug that's gonna try to cover the drug he already gave you that's gonna mess you up even more. Like, Esau's medical system is a joke, man. That thing's about death. I think, what's that, Hillcrest had a nickname called what, Killcrest? Hey, that's truth to that, man. Hey, his medical field is not for your benefit, man. It's to mess you up. I know a lot of people that have surgeries, they still have problems with whatever ailments. I'm like, I thought surgery was to fix your problem. They get surgery and they still got shoulder issues, back issues. Then that doctor say, oh, you need another surgery. And that's, hey, what, $50,000 more for him? They get that one, still got back problems. That's why I tell people all the time, man, you get surgery, it don't help you. Everybody knows get surgery, say that stuff is worse. So I'm like, what? Well, all this devil does make some money. And then they love for you to be sick. Like, he don't want to tell you about no herbs. He don't want to take the pH balance in your blood, you know, see if your body is acidic or alkaline. They don't do real health nothing. They say, oh, you got this. I got a pill for that. Which basically a drug, man. And then you take the drugs to break down some of your body. Then he say, oh, that's okay. I got another drug for you. You take that drug. And they'll tell you, oh, you got to take the drug for the rest of your life. You know, you got to take this blood thin the rest of your life. You know, and disclaimer, this is not medical information. You know, but they devil try to clip the page. We say medical information, we just talking for learning purposes. That's it. These devils, the medical field, man, is not for your benefit, man. Because who runs the medical field? Esau took that over during the Rockefellers run. Way back in the early 1900s?
Basically in 1906. That was when they got rid of holistic diet. That was back in when they was actually, you know, they was actually following that philosophy. What was it, Hippocratic, where he said, let food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food. And that was that holistic diet. And then that's when the Rockefeller did take over. It was about 1906, around that time. And that's when they started changing to pharmaceuticals and bringing all the pills and shit like that.
And then you look at it now, football players can't go a whole season without ripping their ACL, without ripping Achilles, a pectoral, ripping like these young men can't even make it through a season, man. You go back in the day, in the 80s, it made big news if somebody got an ACL tear. That was not common back then. You gotta look at that like our forefathers in 1800s. They was out there working in the field, picking cotton. Man, they wasn't getting injuries like that. Their bodies were stronger. The food was better. Now we eating GMO food. We're manipulate the DNA.
Back y'all up real quick. This is Job 13 and 4. It says, but ye are forgers of lies, ye are physicians of no value.
See, that's true. That is true. If I look at Esau's medical field, hey, they position no value, man. A doctor, when you look at the real word doctor, it means to falsify documents, to falsify. They are doctors. Because it said forges of lies. All they do is lie. You know how many people get misdiagnosed with something? The doctor come in, oh yeah, man, you got MS. You got lupus. Oh, my favorite one. You got ADHD. Your child got ADHD. That's the number one thing they love to say. The child got, you know, he a young dude.
Put him on Ritalin after that.
Yeah, he got energy. He really natural. We supposed to be active as a young boy, you know. The school is not tailored for young men. Young men, we got to be active. Like the school system is messed up. It's really made for women. It's not made for young boys. We like to do active. We supposed to run around. That's how probably we was learning in the ancient days. We wasn't sitting in no goddamn classroom.
Right.
You know, in a book. Nah, man, we probably out there swinging a sword. You know, he teaching me, you swing like that, Yahawah, you know. So now they tell you, oh, he got ADHD, he won't sit still. You know how much money they make $1 billion off of Ritalin, man. So that's a lie, man. So I'm telling him now, he don't need no medicine. He need an ass whooping. The Bible said, spare the rod, spoil the child. So now, man, we doing this all wrong. But you listen to an Eve, my doctor said, hey, a doctor's like, he the number one thing at Babylon the Great. They'll listen to him before the pastor, their parents, the politicians, the doctors. Like I know these people. You watch a low-level Jake, and they in the room with the doctor. Man, they listen to every word he say like it's the word of God. And I be like, I be looking at them like I wouldn't believe that. I think it's some herbs for that. They be like, nah, my doctor said I gotta take this and I gotta take that. And it would trip me out. Jake could take it and be like, I feel messed up. I'm nauseated. I'm lightheaded. I'm like, quit taking the medicine then. But my doctor said, so you like,
what Dr. Fauci say? If you feel bad, it's because it's working.
Oh yeah, God, I remember that.
Hey, I remember that.
That was horrible, man. I was like, God damn, Jake, how simple are you gonna be, man? And that dude, that's a straight devil, man. You wanna know a devil? Look at Anthony Fauci. That's a straight devil, man. And he been exposed right now. Everybody starting to realize the mask things ain't what they said it was to be. And he's been exposed, man, at a high level. That dude, man, look how many bodies he got on his hand. By prescribing that, you know what it is when you prescribe.
I got a quick precept to back you up right here. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and starting at verse 5. And it said, yeah, also, because he transgressed by wine, that goes all into Esau's philosophy, he is a proud man, the most proudest man in the world, needs to keep it at home. He got a military branch on every country, who enlarges his desire as hell. Basically his desire goes into pleasure, wickedness, right? He gets where he can't go to sleep without doing wickedness. So he enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. Okay, his desire in is as death. Okay, so he can't. His desire is to see somebody fall. His desire is to see somebody lead themselves into destruction. All right, and it said and cannot be satisfied. All right, even after all of that wickedness he done, he's still not satisfied. And he said, but gather unto him all nations. All right, going back into that MOTB. He gathers unto him. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to control the whole world. All right, and he said, and he heap unto him all people.
I go with Ox said earlier.
Yup, you got it up.
You hear that? He said he heap unto him all peoples, man. Esau want everything. He wants your resource and he wants you. That's why he did slavery so hardcore. That's really that devil's his natural state, man. He like to whip people. He like to hang them, watch them struggle to get their breath. He likes to see pain and suffering. He's created to be like that. Now, the Lord is starting to rise up against this devil, which is why he had to ease up off of us, do a hard bond of slavery. He didn't want to do that. He had to do that so he keep his little kingdom together, because Nat Turner started a revolution. And Nat Turner's like, hey man, we about to start slaying these devils. Right. So the devil had to, like he did like Pharaoh, I got to deal wisely with these people. So now he made it seem like, okay, you got freedom, you okay, you know, I'll let you work and get a little wage and whatnot, but I'm gonna still stay on top of the economic power structure.
That brings us to that Willie Lynch letter right there, because in that letter what he said, basically they realized they can't keep us down physically. They had to play with the minds now. And that's what in that Willie Lynch letter, when you read that, they said, keep the body, but take the mind. And this is why it goes into those strong delusions. And there's a scripture that said, if Luther paraphrasing, if the God of this world, if they, what is that precept where it says, if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, Because the God of this world, basically Esau Edom, the God of this world blinded the minds of them who believe not. And it goes back into that psychology that Esau Edom has put on our people. They plagued us with that.
Alright, see now, Esau about to lose. Because like I said earlier, he had to ease up off us. Why he had to ease up off us? Because Yahawashi is on the devil's neck. So now we're at the point now with all the plagues and everything's about to go crazy. You know, all this catastrophe is coming. It's because Esau done lost control. He's lost the narrative. You know, you got a whole nation of us, we all, Yahawashi, we praying, we getting right. You can now see the hopeful elect, the house of David showing itself. And we coming like a roaring lion. We beating on our chest like, hey man, we Yahawah. So now the devil like, oh shoot, I'm losing. So he's losing the narrative because the Gentiles, the heathens is looking at it like, man, them brothers on the block, they right. You know, so now Esau, he's being stripped bare. You know, what's that, Jeremiah chapter 49, he's been made bare. So now that he's been made bare, and also, Yahawashi taking away his wisdom. The devil's becoming dumb. He's going back to caveman status. So he at the top, and it's like he losing control of everything. Everything going crazy, losing the narrative. You know, get out there and lie. The lie didn't work good. Oh, dang, I can't persecute him that good. Oh, man, so he's in panic mode. Like, you ever watch Tony Romo, football player, play football? Yeah, he used to panic in the pocket. Yeah, he used to panic like a mug. He just toss it up because he be scared. It's Esau right now.
He be having like 3 receivers wide open. Like, damn, man, he wide open.
He in the pocket, hey. I done seen that dude do like 6 spins for no reason, like just straight panicking, man. And that's Esau right now. He don't know what to do, man. The Lord done spooked him so bad. You know, you look at the Roman Catholic Church, all their crimes is coming out.
Ooh, hey.
All the sex trafficking crimes is coming out. They scrambling on that. It's getting so bad. Even they lackeys like Oprah is panicking. Like, dang, devil, I thought you had it together, man. Like, we all looking bad, you know? So that's why these plagues are starting to hit like that. Yahawah's like, I had enough of Esau. Esau was only supposed to rule for a little bit. And after that, he's supposed to get cut off. The Lord said, I'm going to come up on you, Esau. You know, Esau getting plagued, man. Yahawah's plaguing him. And then the ultimate plague for Esau is who? Yahawashi, which our Lord Savior, the world ignorant knows is Jesus. His real name is Yahawashi. He getting ready to touch down. He gonna touch down to cause hell. Not to be handing out cupcakes and bonbons and you need a hug, you need a hug. I love everybody. Ain't no white man. Nah, it's gonna be a brown man. Hey, white afro, you know, white beard. He gonna touch down. He like, I got help for you, Esau, and my people that, you know, helped you in your enterprise. I'm about to blow up everything you got.
That's exactly what he said in the book of Matthew, the 10th chapter, particularly 34th verse, where he said, think not that I come to bring peace on earth. I came not to bring peace, but a sword.
Sword, man. You bring a sword for a fight. You bring a sword, you about to put somebody to death. You don't bring a sword to comfort nobody. You bring a sword when it's wartime. So they say, Pastor Ford should have told you that y'all was out touching down to cause war, man. Not peace and loving. Only people you're going to come to with peace and love is the hopeful elect. Why? Because the hopeful elect love him and know him. That's all like the scripture you read earlier. I think you briefly said it, man. Hey, the Lord only loves those that know him. You know, what's that? Wisdom of Solomon 7:28. I only love those that dwell with wisdom. Wisdom of who? Right. Of Yahawashi. If you, that's why we compel everybody coming this truth. You don't know the Lord. Hey, he coming to bring heat to you, man. He got a problem with you. Why don't you know who you are? Where's your wedding garment at? Which goes to your understanding of that you about to say her.
Yeah, that's a beautiful parable. I was going to go back to what Qadash was saying, because he said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. They're going back to that. But if you don't have this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, then he's gonna slay you. He's gonna destroy you. And that's a precept in 1 Peter 4:17, where he talks about how the Heavenly Father is going to judge the house of the Lord. Right? He's gonna judge the house of the Lord. And now who's the house of the Lord? Yahawah, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They gonna receive that judgment, and then Yahawashi is gonna exalt his elect. You know, and that's what's gonna happen, man. But going back to what I said, man, he only loves those that dwelleth with wisdom, man. That's why, again, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, man. If you don't read, basically you're not dwelling with wisdom. Therefore you becoming a friend of the world. James 4:4. Yeah, Yahawashi said if those that are a friend of the world is the enemy against Yahawashi, man.
Plus, we need it for protection. The Lord is sending plagues, man. The only way to avoid them plagues is to be in the secret place of Yahawashi. The plagues ain't for the hopeful elect. Why? Because the hopeful elect already know him. They pray to him, we do the work. So he love the hopeful elect. He gonna show his strength through the hopeful elect. People gonna look like, why this dude ain't in trouble? Why he ain't starving? You know, that's why Isaiah 4:1 gonna kick in. You know, 7 women take over to 1 man, because that man gonna have provision. He gonna be took care of. She be like, can I get some of that? You know, what's your guy's name again? Can I get with that? And then like it's gonna be the power gonna be in the middle of the Lord's hands. We're gonna be able to say like, nah, man, I ain't messing with you, ratchet teacher. Or you like, okay, this chick might can be reconciled. I'm gonna take her in. You know, this chick already know the name of the Lord. She know Yahawashi. That right there gonna be big to us. You know. If you know some of the scriptures, so something about the Lord. That's why for you sisters in the truth, it's very beneficial to know the name of the Lord, because that's going to help you get a man of the Lord. Because you're going to know something at that day. You know? That's going to resonate with us, knowing the name of the Lord back when all hell don't break loose. But chick hollering Jesus, we ain't going to want her. You know, that's going to piss us off, man. We're going to push her back into the catastrophe. Like, help her get out of here. Talking about some Jesus. That let me know right there you ain't of none of Yahawah. You don't know you an Israelite.
Man, you call on Jesus, you done broke the first commandment, man. Thou shalt not worship no other God. Thou shalt not have no God before me.
You calling the wrong name. You know? So that's it. And that's going to be for all everybody that's calling the wrong name. They said all our people that still going to pledge Christianity, still hollering on Jesus, it's going to go bad for you when these plagues hit, man. Lord, like, that ain't my name. No comment, that's offensive. You know, say you getting it in with your chick, the chick call you the wrong name. You think you gonna be cool with that?
Hell nah.
The Lord ain't gonna be cool with that either. Like, and he putting the name out there. You know? He putting it out there, man, through us, through the prophets, man. We telling our people the name is not, you know, Jesus. It's Yahawashi. You need to know that. And you need to know that very soon. Because all hell about to break loose. Like, this devil about to do a carpet pull. The economy about to blow up. BRICS nations, man, it's gonna take $55 US to make one BRICS dollar. Can you say super inflation? You can't make it like that. And then the devil, what he gonna do is he gonna come with a MOTB, or mark of the beast, a device. He gonna have a little 15-minute cities. He gonna say, okay, I got you. Take this and you be all right. And if you take that, you're gonna be in even a worse situation you was before. You like that movie called Implanted. I think it's on Tubi. Watch that movie, y'all, Shirley. You know, that's what goes to, like, I think I showed a clip on TikTok where people like, his voice is speaking in my head. Wait till you put that device in your body. He's all gonna be all up in your system then. Like, go here, go there, and do this and do that. And ain't gonna be no way getting it out, man. You know? And that's the times you're going into it. I said, this devil done gave his power to artificial intelligence. That's running the show right now. That's why everything run crazy. The computer don't care. The computer just crunches numbers. So if you don't fit the numbers, hey, you don't fit the narrative, they ain't gonna care. You don't care. They said, but the devil to get the population down to 500 million, he's putting his hands in the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, like, okay, I know how to do it. They must got drones, terminators, pestilences it can release. It can put the pestilence on the drone and just have it spraying over the people as they fly through the air. That easy. You know? GMO in the food, it can put it in the food process. You eat the apple, you know? You got the new pestilence of the month in your body. That's why we gotta pray to the Lord, man. We need that protection, man. We are in the belly of the beast. You know, and the plagues are not gonna slack up, man. Lord about to, hey, he's going in an overdrive on the plagues, man. Everything, and people about to lose their homes. As I was saying earlier, California insurance comes, you can't get your house insured in California no more. They leave it. Why? Because they know you about to lose your home. Which goes to the scriptures, man. I want to say that second Esdras in chapter 15, he should cast those out of their house. That's how you cash out your house, man. I just burn it up real quick. You know? And then where you gonna go? Then you gotta go to my little 15-minute city to where I'm gonna surveillance you and I'm gonna stamp you. You know? These little FEMA camps, these Walmarts, think that's about. They're gonna turn into camps, man. But they're gonna deal with the people wisely. You're gonna have to do this and do that for clean water, for clothes, for protection, and for food and provisions. The devil got this all, he got an agenda, man. Agenda 2030. He got it called a global reset. He don't want to say New World Order no more. Everybody caught on to that. Now it's a global reset, which is the same thing. And then here, on this new thing, he gonna try to deal more harshly with the children of Israel. He trying to turn back the clock. I want y'all back in the fields working for nothing. What did he say? You will own nothing to be happy? Yep. Klaus Schwab said that, the president of the World Economic Forum. He said you will own nothing and be happy. That's why now they're about to make it illegal to drive combustion gas cars in a minute. They want you on electric cars. And the dudes with electric cars talking about, these electric cars no good, man. I charged up for 2 days. I drove for 40 minutes and it's dead. So the point is, they don't want you driving nothing. They gonna drive their stuff. They gonna shuttle you. You gonna have to like use your little device in your hand or your head and beep beep, and that's how you gonna get by. Everybody gonna be on buses, man, little shuttles. Esau gonna go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, Saudi Arabia, they just started construction on they 15-minute city that's gonna hold like 9 million people.
Talking about that one called the Wall.
Yeah, they said you ain't gonna even have no car. Everything you gonna need to live off of gonna be in the building you live in. So all you gonna have to do is take a little elevator ride. They probably ain't gonna let you come out the building. Like, what you doing out here? Everything you need is in there.
Man, that's Arbonne slaves right there, man.
Yeah.
It's like you been in a fish tank.
You gonna be in the cell block.
They believe it's the cell block.
Yeah.
It's like a skinny wall. It's like one side here, one side there, and it's real long. And they started construction on it already. Just
yeah.
It's called the Wall.
So they let you know they getting ready, man. It remind me of that movie, that new Judge Dredd. Where they call that little, man, it's like that. They call it Peachtree. Raising at the big walls. Remember, they shut it down. You just stuck in that sucker. You got your little dirty little apartment, your little unit. That's what everybody gonna be. Everybody gonna be like certain things, like Ox said, a jail cell, kind of like an apartment, man. You just got your toilet, your little bitty, 4x4, and you got everything right there. It's probably gonna be no families. They're gonna probably do like birthing centers.
They're gonna have a cap on basically whether you get birth or not. You're gonna have to ask for permission to get to be able to have a baby.
You might not, like they might sterilize you. Like if everybody read their book Brave New World, people, all the chicks was sterile. Everybody was sterile. They did the birthing by like the government did it, and they put you in caskets. That's one of the first books I read, man. When I was off in middle school, they made us read, and I liked it. Because it shows you Esau what he wants.
That's
the
the
system he
Bridesmaid's
wants.
Tale.
Huh?
The Bridesmaid's Tale.
Yeah, I need to watch that. I think I ain't even watched that yet. I've been hearing about it though.
But they got this thing out like on the Matrix in the little bubble. They doing that now.
I remember seeing the Simpsons episode about that, man. They had a little bubble on the Simpsons episode.
But that's real right there.
They always make it in the Simpsons, and that shit will come true.
Predictive programming.
Yeah, pretty much.
That dude, he ain't nothing but a high-level-ish person, so he
He a wizard, a warlock, or some shit like that.
He just let you know what they want to do, let you know stuff he done seen. He be in the meetings, so he just make a show out of it, make it entertainment. That way, Jake think it's a joke, think it's made up, it's fantasy.
Yeah, he just a face. They making all that shit in the lab somewhere. They got a think tank coming up with all that. They ain't nothing about him.
He just put on the show, so Jake think, you watch too much TV, homie. They ain't doing that. They wouldn't do that. I hear that a lot from Jakes. Like, they wouldn't do that. That ain't happening. I'm looking at Jake like, is your head under the covers, man? Is you not seeing this? Like, everything about to go kablooey, and you still walking like everything's like that's the music on the Titanic. They playing the music, and Jake like, we gonna be okay. Yeah. I'm like, bro, it's not gonna be okay. And there's certain things you need to do in order to secure your salvation, man. Your due diligence, man. You be in the truth. Praying to the Lord with all your heart and sincerity.
You get them 2/3 to believe you got to make a music video about it. They ain't trying to hear nothing else.
I know, man. And that's why a lot of Jake says they're going to be destroyed, man. And that's why the Lord put in our spirit to not be all crying and sad when we see Jake get messed up. Because Jake about to get messed up, man. And like, it go back to the precept I put earlier, Hosea 4:6. They lack knowledge. They don't even know they're Hebrew Israelite. They still think they black. I heard that word. Amongst my people, that's the main word I heard. I'm black. The black community. We got to do this for the black community.
And the worst thing of all, they don't even know who their enemies are. Like that right there, boy, that's one of the main downfalls of our people right there and there, man. They don't know. You don't know who your enemies is. You don't know that if you don't know who your enemies is, then that means you're not going to know the snares and traps that your enemies is setting up. And that's the reason why a lot of people fell for that C-19 situation right there. They didn't know who their enemies were.
Right. You gotta know that, man. Not to know that would be very detrimental to your health, man. But your enemies running circles around you. And I look at Jake like, I feel like Jake should know who their enemies are. You don't know your enemies are, your number one enemy, you a fool in my eyes. Right. Because all I gotta do is look at their history. Were they good in the 1700s? They good in the 1800s? They good in the They've never been good. We standing right here on the blood of our ancestors on Black Wall Street. We're standing right here right now. That was what, 1921?
Yep.
100 years ago?
1921, that's when it ended.
Yeah, so come on, man, it wasn't that long ago. You think the devils done changed up? Then I like, it's certain things happening now that show you they're still your enemy. We talking about the earth through your cap. Deion Sanders doing Colorado football got these devils in the uproar because he up here doing stuff his way and he, you know, taking away the benefits they used to have and they all slandering them and talking crazy. I'm like, that show you right there, this devil still hates you.
Right.
Why they mad? Because this man's doing what all these other devils do, you know? And now you mad because he's doing it and throwing the middle finger up to your face because he's really better than you. The show Jake is better. You know, Jake's in his natural element. Deion, you know, Deion got that bravado.
Right.
So he hold his nuts on Esau. They said they might do something to Deion Sanders in a minute. Like, he giving Jake ideas.
He already getting flagged now, man. What they say, he about to lose his foot or something like that?
Yeah, Khan, he's about to get his foot amputated. Yeah. I think Esau gonna hit him with that needle and get rid of him. They like, he messing up the whole college football money industry. It's supposed to go to us, not to some nigger. This nigga taking up all the recruits too for me? Nah, I can't have that. You know, he talking noise about us, making it look easy. They gonna look at us like we crazy now. Like, it's really exposing them, man. They really inferior. How I look at it, I'm looking at them, they squealing. Oh, another thing they mad about too, Mace and Cameron, two musical dude, rap artists, made up a show doing sports talk. It is what it is, and they got higher ratings than ESPN. They mad about that. You know, Jake is killing Esau right now, man. Really Esau looking like, hey, man.
And then it's to the point where, you know, Cameron and Mace, they're making up their own little slogan. Now guys in ESPN have started using the same slogan that Cameron and Mace making up. I see. Yeah,
everybody uses pause now. They use pause. They came up with that whole little thing, pause.
Yeah. They came up with that. Now ESPN saying pause now. Nah, man, come on, man. Yeah. And that's the part to show you that Esau Edom is he can't never make up his own. He can't never come up with his own idea. He always got to bite off of Jake, and that's the reason why we're telling you. As long as Jake, Yahawadah stay in a lower state, Esau Edom gets the benefit, and that's you can go back to the history basically. All of the patents that they made off of back of our ancestors, you know, the monkey ranch from the stoplight to the peanut butter, all of those things, those are Yahawadah. Yahawadah created those. All those inventions that we live with to this very same day, Esau owned a patent, but it was Jake who created them. You see? And so as long as we stand, that's why Esau Edom want us to stay in the lower state, because they know that they're they're going back to Genesis where it said Esau, one people shall be stronger than the other. When they talk about that at birth, that's showing us that we're stronger than Esau, naturally, without even trying.
That's why the Lord said we the salt of the earth. Like, we season everything. That's why Esau Edom and all his shit is falling apart, and they got to steal from Jake. Hey, Jake over there seasoning up cooking. Esau over here looking bad. Let me steal some of that. Balls. Shit like that.
They say he came up with it. I started it.
Yeah, he do that, and then he goes to one of his laws, his unrighteous decrees, Isaiah 10:1, and then he'll say, I patent this product right here. And that's how he's been doing that for years, man. For straight up years, man. I got a quick precept right here. This is Ezekiel chapter 35, because he's going back into when I mentioned earlier, what he said, all you got to do is pay attention to that history, right? So Ezekiel 35, I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahawashi came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it. And who is Mount Seir? That's Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And we're telling you that their kingdom is getting ready to fall. We're telling you of their destruction. We're telling you that they can't do nothing without Yahawadah being up under them, being in subjection under them. All right? In verse 3, and it said, and say unto it, Thus says the Lord Yahweh power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. And that's going to happen to America, aka Babylon the Great. And I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, Yahawashi. And here go the point right here in verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and there go perpetual mean continuous. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel, by the force of the sword, and in the time of their calamity, and in the time of their iniquity, had at an end. Verse 6, therefore I will live, therefore as I live, said the Lord Yahawah, I prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast now not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Right? And that's the whole mouthful right there, and that's why we come out here and we're telling you that Esau, even the so-called white man, is your enemy, and his kingdom is getting ready to fall, which is America and get Babylon the Great. And Yahawadah is going to be at the top.
And if you follow him and blood pursues him, hey, that blood going to be on you too.
Man.
You're going to get laid slave right along with Esau. That's why I said you would be thrust through with him. Loosely paraphrasing.
Yep. Those that be found with him, those to be joined unto him, that shall be thrust through with the sword.
Yeah, and see what's happening now. Esau is getting plagued right now. His system is getting plagued right now because of all the iniquities he done did, you know, especially what he done did to the children of Israel. So the Lord is plaguing this place. That's why I'm gonna read this right here. This is Revelation 18:8. And it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahawah, who judgeth her. And so he said right there, hey, her plague's gonna come in one day, man. That's really going into the ICBM thermonuclear missiles, man. When those nuclear missiles go off, it's gonna destroy everything Esau's made. And if you're not good and a good standing with Yahawashi, you're not gonna get on a chariot to where you're not gonna get no salvation, man. You're gonna get burnt up along with this place. That's why you shouldn't have no stench of Babylon on you. It's time to get that off of us.
I got one. This is Ezekiel 22:20. As they gather silver and brass and iron and lead and tin into the midst of the furnace to blow the fire upon it, to melt it, so will I gather you in my anger and in my fury, and I will leave you there and melt you. Basically, when it was mentioning all these different metals, it's all of the different people that he's gathering into Babylon the Great. That's why they bringing in all of these people undercover from all over the world. They basically coming here for their judgment. And if you just gonna be a 2/3 instead of receiving salvation, he just gonna leave you here when it's time to ignite this furnace.
You're gonna get burnt up, man. That's why I'm gonna say this right here.
And make another point on that, because that goes into all of those borders. That's why the borders is staying open. That's why they never close the borders right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up right here because it's telling us basically on what I brought out. It's Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and they receive none of her plagues. The basic Lord saying, hey, get that Babylonian spirit off of you, man. Get that American thinking off of you. You know, get back to laws and commandments, get back holy, get back righteous. That way you don't get, you know, the same plagues that Babylon the Great is gonna get. Because he's telling you, he about to burn this horse. You know, Babylon the Great America is compared to a whore. You know, it's compared to a wicked woman, a harlot. You know, and she's about to get burnt up. And the Lord don't like her.
And that's a precept where it said that hold for every unclean and hateful bird as well too. I think on that.
I don't know. You pull it up, Bob.
I get it.
Okay, yeah, you talking about number 2. 18:2, and it says, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. It's going to have habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. You know, they're going to what I brought out, like everybody get brought here for judgment. You know, if you ain't got the spirit of the Lord on you, you know, knowing that you're a Hebrew Israelite, trying to keep the laws and commandments to the best of your abilities, you know, they ain't got the testimony of Yahawashi, then you part of that, man. You one of them unclean and hateful birds. And the Lord is going to just burn you up. Because you ain't got no place in the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is going to be clean. The kingdom of heaven is going to have the knowledge of Yahawashi. Because you're not going to be teaching the kingdom of heaven. Everybody left is already going to know who Yahawashi is. Everybody going to know the laws and commandments. They already feel like we getting our act together right now. That way we can make ourselves worthy to be in the kingdom of heaven. Because the Lord's going to establish their own people. They say Black Christian make you think that you got to die to get to heaven. No, heaven is coming right here on earth, man.
Right, they make you think that you already saved. What do they one of their main slogan, I'm highly blessed and highly favored.
Highly favored, highly saved.
I'm saved, you know, they say all of that bullshit, man. But what we coming in, we saved from what? We still got these prophecies that get ready to hit the earth right now. But what are you really saved from?
Yeah, Jacob's trouble just now starting to go into play. You ain't gonna know you saved yet until you get that salvation. You know?
I got another. This is 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fall. Basically, you got to get into this word and actually break it part of you, so that in the day when this becomes a famine, you're gonna be having this word inside you, in which you're gonna have your faith based on. Without this word, it's gonna be impossible to have the faith to make it through Jacob's trouble.
Lord want that faith, man. That faith, man. He say, hey, you should be saved by your faith and by your works, man. Because you know, faith without works is dead. You gotta come to this thing, man, and really do the work in order to build your faith up. And then you gotta know what to believe on to even have the faith. You know? And we looking up now, man, all hell about to break loose. Majority Jakes got their pants down. So you already know what they faith gonna be. If we try to compel them to come in, like that, man, you old broke nigga. I ain't listening to that. You know, I'm what T.D. Jakes say. You know, Jesus Christ and all that stuff. Like, alright. We gonna see how that go for us when all hell, but plus, like I say, they gonna know what's going on. T.D. Jakes, he's gonna help get Yahawah to get that the MOTB. You know, he gonna help send Yahawah in them camps. He got $1 billion to set up some camps. They gonna use him to just, what's that, Pied Piper? He gonna Pied Piper Jake right on up in that camp. And, oh man, this dude done led me to, you know, what they call it, clergy,
the clergy response team.
Your clergy response team. He's part of that, man. They gave him, they laced him up.
You're a 4-star general in that.
Yeah.
I got a quick precept, man. The precept that Barak just read, or was it 1 Peter? Where he just said, make your calling and election sure, which it remind me of Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12. And he said, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not in my presence only, but now much more in my absence. And he said, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. And that goes back into the very precept where I think is I can't remember quite where it says that, but he said this is the whole duty of man, fear the Most High, and this is the conclusion of the matter, fear Yahawah and Yahawashi. But this is the whole duty of man. But once you fear Yahawah and Yahawashi, then the knowledge of Yahawah and Yahawashi comes. You know. But he said, but how you work out your own salvation? First you gotta fear, with fear and trembling, then you'll start to receive that knowledge, man. But work out your own salvation. That was the point right there.
With that being said, man, we'll be edifying with our praise glory to
Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Qadash.